Hey guys, we're going to go ahead and show you a little bit of a sped up version, but of 3 users that are tasked with rebranding a company while using Xandu to make that process go a lot faster than normal. And by faster, we mean you can cut this time in half. Now, whether this is an internal design crew within a company, maybe it's the branding, the crew within the company, possibly you can be working with an outside resource that's not geographically close, but this will just be an example of it. I'm going to scrub through here just to go at a better speed and explain and stop where I think is necessary to explain. So here you have the 3 users, users 1, 2, and 3. And what has happened here is the first user has opened up Adobe Illustrator and is going to start designing this. Well, these 2 users are within their own space. They're all signed into a single session of Xandu, but they're within their own browsers, their own space, and they're tasked with finding elements for this logo. So as we scrub through a little bit quicker, you see they go to different graphic resources, and user 1 here starts working on the font and the wording in the logo. They search through and they find the pieces that they want. What users 1 and 2 then do is they upload them into their own Adobe Illustrator on their computers, and you can see that they have the synced window going on behind what's happening in user 1. And so they're going to take these graphic elements and just prepare them so that they're ready to be used within the logo. So instead of them just being the files and having the one guy have to work through them, or them have to work through them together, they're already prepped and ready to go. So they set up their elements, they get them set the way they want, they then save them to their own computers and go to their own Xandu. They're within the session, they go into their own Xandu, they upload those files into the Xandu session that they're a part of. Once those files are uploaded, they then go ahead and user 1 here, we're going to join the sync so we can see it a little bit more closely. As you can see on the 3 screens, they're all participating and all have independent control, independent and simultaneous control to use any function within Adobe Illustrator here. So it's a little bit newer of a concept and a newer way of thinking within collaboration. You don't have to hand off control. It can work completely simultaneously and seamless across any platform or operating system, which is really fun. So you'll see that they're all using Mac here just because that is a pretty standard system. So they're going through, getting some of the design work done and making sure they got the gradients and everything. Here we got a close-up view now. You can see the other cursors involved. Everyone is color-coded, so you know where your cursor is. And this is when the first user goes ahead, jumps into a Xandu session and uploads one of the files, or downloads one of the files that user 2 had created for him. So now it's prepped, ready to go. He's going to go ahead and copy this element. And what you see just happened is the Xandu chat opened. One of the users had opened the chat and wanted to discuss what was going on. One thing is what's nice about this is you can have the chat so that you have record. You could save these notes, which is really nice. But I prefer, in terms of working with design, I like having the phone lines open. So having it on speakerphone or a headset or whatever it is, and you could talk and collaborate together is really fun. I think they're incorporating a possible phone IP. If not, it's easy just to hop on the phone. So it's not a huge deal. So here you see collaborating, putting the things together. These guys are talking about what they like. And he goes ahead and saves that file. Now we're going to go ahead back to the split screens, and you're going to see user 2 here really likes that logo. So what happens now is you have user 1 and 2, both in the Illustrator. This one, user 2 is in his own Illustrator, setting up his own mock-ups for company management for their social pages. User 1 kind of keeps continuing on. User 3 here is off doing his own thing, I guess. We'll have to adjust that recording because it should be synced up right here. And user 3 here says, you know what, now we like this logo. They've decided upon it. They're going to go ahead and use it and upload it into Adobe Muse. So they begin building a temporary web page, at least an example web page, to be able to show management. And so you have user 1 and 3 here working within Adobe Muse synced. Again, they both have access to all of the controls within Adobe Muse, simultaneous, independent control. Each can manipulate the program and do things. You can see in a little level of them doing that. They go back to searching a graphic resource. In the meantime, here's what happened. While on the phone, user 2, I'm going to back up here. User 2 sees that they're going to go with logo number 2. He also agrees. He goes, you know what, so I'm going to get these uploaded. So he's in his own Illustrator while still in the session with users 1 and 3 and on the phone with them, or they have an instant messenger up, or there's obviously the chat. And says, okay, just hops in, downloads the one file from the session. He has it open now in his Illustrator, and he can use the elements of that to go into the social pages mockup while these two guys start working on the site. They go through, they want to go ahead and find a couple images for the site, so they're searching, they find the one they like, get logged in, download that image, go ahead and put it in, and as you see, all in the same session, all collaborating together on different elements, and they're getting the full branding package thrown together quite quickly and on the same page. So instead of these files needing to be sent back and forth, get approval, they're just working seamlessly as if you were drawing something out with a group of people around a table. It's really powerful. So you're scrubbing through. This guy is going ahead. He finished up that first mock-up. He's happy with it. Looking good, and he wants to go ahead, and since he is synced still in the session, here is the Adobe Muse right here window. One of the things that's neat about Xandu is it operates in all virtual spaces. So this virtual space, which is synced with his other users here in the group, is just sitting behind the one that he's operating on independently, and he's able to operate independently while these guys are synced in, which is really neat. He decides to join that and take a look around as they're building this page. They go ahead, finalize some of the buttons here at the top, which is really neat. Getting everyone's seeing what's going on. You can have one guy just working, so it could be put into presenter mode, and the other guys are just critiquing, or people, I should say. You have one person working on it. You could have a couple other people just watching in a presenter mode, or you can have everyone working simultaneously, so you have the option. So maybe this is instructive. Maybe these are two trainees, and this is the head designer, and he's, letting them into his world to see how he works, so they can have the opportunity to learn at a higher level. Very powerful. Maybe this is a live tutorial. Maybe this is a help desk situation where this individual works at the company and is showing, two users and within a company how to operate the software or work around a troubleshooting problem. So there's lots of options, but with this example, they're going ahead and they're going to launch the page. There it is, and they launched the page. So this is more than just this was a fully synced desktop, so that's pretty neat. So that the browser did show up in there in all three. So you can sync an application, sync a desktop, all with independent functionality. It's very powerful. This is just a quick look into it. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and we're looking forward to you guys taking part and having a chance to experience Xandu for you.